let's go over deleting the data you see right here. Okay, so you know how to mark it right now. Let's mark all the data we have. Yes. And by pressing delete on your keyboard, please do not save after what we are doing here, because you will delete all the data. Okay, it's all gone. Yes, you've just deleted everything. Do not press save. Do not press save, otherwise you will just overwrite the changes. On the contrary, please look over here. You can see here that you have the undo button about which I spoke in the beginning of this video. Just press the undo button, and what happens, all the previous step that you've done before, which is the delete, comes back. Okay, but you also have the redo button. So by pressing this, you can see that the step goes back. You can also use Ctrl Z and Ctrl Y. Ctrl Z for going back, yes, so as you can see, undo, and Ctrl Y for going forward with step. Again, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Y, yeah? Great. Now press save. Great. And what other ways can you delete the data? By clicking each of the cells, you can also press delete. Let's press Ctrl Z again to go back. Or you just push on the cell, mark it by holding down your left mouse button and marking the data, pushing backspace, which is usually on your upper right corner of your keyboard, or if you have a numerical keyboard, it's on the left from it. Okay, so you press backspace and it deletes the data. But as you can see, the mark is going on and off, so you can still write anything in here, anything at all, and by pressing backspace you delete. You can now click anywhere else and you see the data going back. Let's press the undo button and you see the average from the previous exercise again. Okay, so for now, please try typing anywhere your name. Yes, somewhere. I'll just write John Smith. Yeah, and press enter. Okay, so please try to delete it in various ways, as I'm doing right now. Just feel a bit more with the Excel. Just try to feel it a bit more, how it works for you. Okay, so I showed you how to delete the data, but let's say you want to change the data. Okay, so just double click on the data. You see the marker going on and off again. You can mark it, as I showed you before, with your left button of your mouse. Just mark it and write anything you want in this cell. Let's say 54, and click anywhere else, like below, or you can also do it by clicking enter. It also doesn't delete the data, it just accepts the command of putting in the data. Okay. A different way of actually changing the data in the cell is by using the formula bar over here. So if you click the cell you want to edit, you go to the formula bar, click on the formula bar, click backspace, or let's go back, and you see by Ctrl Z, of course, and you see that the data is back here. Or just add in other numbers, I don't know, 43 for this one, yeah, click backspace. For now, don't worry about the exact data in the columns and cells, because this is just the beginning. I just want you to feel confident in using the cells. We won't be checking actually the exact numbers here. This one will be more of a how you feel with Excel exercise. Okay, so the next exercise, let's go back to writing John Smith. So this would be your name right here. Try to try to change a few letters inside. So whichever method is best for you. I will use the formula bar. Just change two middle letters in the first name and the first and last letter in the last name. Okay, so I'll just write down I don't know, the E, Jiden, I don't know if that's even a name, doesn't matter, and the M with A, and the, yeah, that sometimes happens, and the F with a T. As you can see, you have to mark the letter with your mouse, whether it's here or here. It doesn't really matter, but of course it's best to know both methods because they have their pluses and minuses. So just try doing this in both ways. Just go back to the original name. Yeah, by going here and going here. Okay, so as you can see, this name and the surname is a bit too long for this cell. If we zoom in, you can see that the H is in the second cell, but still the name and the surname are in this cell, and even if I go to the cell next to it, the formula bar doesn't show anything. That's because you put in data in this concrete cell and it sticks with it. But what can we do to visually see the data only in this one cell? Well, let's make it even longer. John Smith, let's say America. Yeah. You can see now that the word America is actually absolutely in the H8 cell, but still the formula bar doesn't show it. That's because it's still in the cell, and if you want to change it, you would have to go to the G8 cell. Okay, so what can we do? There are actually a few things, but let's go to the ribbon for our first exercise with it. What can it do for us to help solve this problem? Here at the Home tab, you see many buttons. They mean a lot of different things, but let's go to the first one. It's really basic. You can see here wrap text. If you put in your mouse over any of these, you can see the explanation. This is really very helpful, especially when you go to the more advanced part. You see that there's actually no text. It doesn't tell you anything because this is a bit more advanced. So this is just to explain for you how it works. Okay, just push the wrap text button in the Home tab, and what you can see, the text has been wrapped in. This means that the text will try to fit in to this concrete cell. So it just makes the cell a bit longer for your convenience. Yeah. Okay, now please do the same thing with your name. Just type in some random word next to it to make it too long for this one cell. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you as we are here right now. As you can see, the row number 8 is now much longer. Well, you are absolutely free to change the length and the height of any of these. How to do it? Well, basically, as almost everything in Excel, it's drag and drop. So you have to go to the concrete row you want to change. If you just push it like here, you can see an arrow pointing to the right. it shows the entire row. This is a quick way just to grab the entire row or just to grab the entire column, but that's not what we want to pursue right here. What you want to do is go to the bottom, or well, for this one you would have to go to the bottom of the row number 8. Just grab it with your left mouse button. You can see the actual height number, which is 45 or 60 pixels, depending on your metric system, and just grab it and go up or down. So as you push the left button, go up or go down. But remember, what will happen with the text you have? Just observe this cell. Let me even point it for you. As you can see, it vanishes. This is due to pushing the wrap text button earlier on. Because you pushed it, it will always stay in this one cell, so it will never change. What can you do to avoid this? Well, this I will explain a little bit later on, but just to make it more convenient for you, let's try to change the column right now in which the text is. Just grab the right corner of the column and let's push it a bit to the right. And as you can see, the text fits in one line. This of course means that the text will always align to the space it has. It depends only on you, whether it's from bottom up to down or from the left to the right. This is absolutely changeable. It just depends on what you want to do. Please try doing this right now with your text. Okay, there are a few more things I want to talk about, especially about zooming in. I've been doing a lot lately in the text. If you have a scroll in your mouse, there's a different way you can navigate. As you can see, I'm not pushing or anything, or even using the scrolls on the left or on the right of the Excel file. What I'm doing is I have a scroll between my left and right button in my mouse, and this helps me to navigate. It's really useful by just scrolling to down. You can see the screen actually going down, and by scrolling up you can see the screen going up. So this is very useful. Also, please note I've been zooming a lot. Okay, so the basic way to zoom in or zoom out is right over here. You have the minus and the plus. Obviously the minus is the zoom out and the plus is the zoom in. By pushing the minus, you zoom out, and by pushing the plus, you zoom in. This is very useful when you have a lot of data. It's pointed in one to the next, and you have to just grab one of those. Yeah, you can see the cell being much bigger right now. But what other way do you have to zoom in and zoom out? You can also push the control button on your keyboard, as we did before, by choosing separate cells. Push in the control button, and if you have the scroll, you can, with the push down control button, push it, just scroll up and down, and see that it's much more convenient. The data zooms in and zooms out as you go by it. This is very useful when you have a lot of data, a lot of pages, and you have to work with multiple sessions. Okay, I also haven't mentioned yet what is in the lower left corner right now. Okay, you can see that there's the sheet number 1, sheet number 2, and sheet number 3. This actually connects to the upper right corner over here, which shows you the minimize window, the restore window, and the close window buttons. Of course, you also have the help button by pressing F1. you see the Excel help jumping out. You can always use this just to help you answer some questions you might have. You just type in any question you have in the search engine and then push enter to search for it. Okay, let's go back. Let's push the restore window. What happened here is, as you can see, the lesson 1 file, the name jumped from here to this window. This helps you to navigate with multiple Excel files. Let me explain a bit more in detail. So, if you minimize it, you can see that over here you have only one window. But what if, let's say, you have two different windows in which you have totally separate data? In here you have, let's say, numbers, and in the other one you have something different. How to do this? Let's just grab this window. As you can see, you can move it around inside the Microsoft Excel window. Just push it to the right. Don't lose it. Just try to have it somewhere over here. Push the Office button and press New. Just push in the blank workbook. I will, of course, explain this in a more detailed manner much later. Push Create, and you can see Book 2. This way, you have two separate windows. What would happen if you did this with this window open? Well, as you see, if I minimize it, I can see the second one. That's really great. But if we actually go back to this window, you can see that it's the only one is open right now. And let's do the same operation right now. Let's do the new one, the blank workbook, create. What happens? You jumped into a new workbook and you cannot see right now the workbook number 1, which we named lesson 1. This is because Excel actually allows you only to work with one window at a time. But you can always do what I just showed you. You can always just jump in from one window to the second window to the third window, and as many as you want. But let's not lose track. Let's go back to the lesson 1 for now. Let's go through the sheet 1, sheet 2, and sheet 3. Okay, so what if you don't want to have separate files? Because the method I just showed you before opens a new workbook. You just want to have separate pages, let's say, of different data. Well, Excel allows you to have different pages, actually as many as you want. Just go through sheet 1 and go to sheet 2. Here you can see in this page, it's totally blank. You just switch to a second one, and let's go back. Just by clicking with your left mouse button, you can navigate this way. If you want more pages, you would just push this button over here. It's the insert worksheet. Just push it, and you can see showing up a new one. Of course, you can do the different operations on these, but let's click with our right mouse button on it. You see many different options. I will, of course, as I said, later on go through them just to allow you to work with it. Also, there's a different way of working with these sheets, but don't worry about it for now. This is just an introduction. Okay, over here you can see 3 different buttons. They say normal, page layout, and page break preview. Okay, what this is, it helps you to navigate in your page. As I told you, by pushing the page up and page down button, it actually allows you to jump from page to page. But okay, you don't see the page right here. You don't know really where are the margins of the page and how to mark them. So what you can do is push the page layout button. This allows you to see it in the A4 format or any other which you actually done before. So just push the page layout button with your left mouse click. And as you can see right now, you can see one simple page. This totally changed the window in which we were navigating before. So this helps you to see the page in a different way. This actually allows you to print the data exactly as you want it. And as you can see right now, we actually managed to fit in one A4 page. So it would be really convenient for printing. But printing is a totally different subject. We'll go through it later on. If you want to print two separate pages, it's very simple. Just click on the other page next to it or below it. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. Okay, let's go through the page break preview. As you can see, this message pops out. I will just push do not show this dialog again, since this really means simply that if you go to any other place than the space this page break preview has been in before, it will just adjust to the data. What do I mean? Well, you can see that the page actually shrunk. You can see data being marked from A1 to G1 in width, and in height it actually just goes to page 2, since we done some work here. How to change this? Well, if you go to the gray area and push the button anywhere over here and just write something, A1, let's say, you can see that this jumps to the space you've been before. This is maybe a bit more advanced, so don't worry if you didn't catch what I just showed you. We'll go back to the page views later on, so this is just to show you how it works. But please try to at least have some fun with these buttons, maybe go from one view to another and see what happens. Also, when you go to the page layout view and just jump back to the normal view, you see this line. This line means that this is the A4 format printing area. So this means that this is one page, and this will be actually printed out if you want to do so. Okay, so this is up for me if it's for lesson 1. I hope you had a bit of fun with me. I understand that this really isn't easy if you have never had anything to do with Excel. So don't worry, if you need to stop, just stop and redo any exercise we did. You can always access it later on and redo the exercise. Okay, so thank you very much, and let's see each other in lesson 2.